sides of the spectrum. I have seen a relationship go very, very badly when it started out as true love. I have seen a relationship that has started out as arranged and ended up with love. This is not me claiming that I'm some sort of like, you know, expert in relationships. I am just going to share some things that I know are certain about relationships that I feel like many people don't think about. You know, most people don't see a lot of these things that can be harmful when it comes to how you approach relationships in your life. And I just want to talk about the whole idea of a relationship. Growing up, I didn't ever see a relationship that was healthy, because if you think about social media and movies and stuff, even those relationships that they show on screen that are meant to be like real relationships, that are like love relationships, there's something not showing in that because it's a movie, it's for entertainment. People from young age get very confused with like a relationship feeling like it's a fairy tale the whole time. This is why most relationships fall apart after the honeymoon phase, because you get bored of each other. I want to urge those people that get bored after 4 or 5 months or whatever it is. What is it that you are seeking to get in your life? Are you seeking to get just that constant right away feeling of just like horniness and lust, and you want to stay in that for a long time? Because if that's the case, that's cool. Then, you know, you can keep dating. Understand that though. Don't try to be like, I'm looking for a relationship, and really you're getting it twisted. You actually only care for lust. Now, if you're someone who's genuinely looking to have a relationship that's long-term, then you also need to do some self-reflection, because what is it that you're exactly looking for? Are you looking for a solid partner that will be their own individual with you? Therefore, you are bound to have arguments with this person because you're living with them. You are bound to butt heads with the same person. Like, do you actually understand that you're literally living with one person morning to night? If yes, you're a relationship type of person. Now that we have that out of the way, relationships, man. The number one thing that is really important in a relationship for both the guy and the girl to be solid in their own emotional health. You definitely need to be knowing who you are before approaching another person. You have to be willing to be okay with any change. I've heard this so many times where people are like, oh, but he changed and so he wasn't the same person I fell in love with. If that's the mentality you're gonna have, then you are never going to find love like that, because everyone's gonna change. You're gonna change too. Like, everyone is bound to change because that's normal. Like, every human being, as they grow up, they evolve, they change. Happening for centuries. We're human beings, so we do change. If you have that connection with each other, that like you're okay with change because you know it's bound to happen, that's really important. And the amount of connection that you need to have with the soul is actually way deeper than can be described in words. You have to have that understanding that I'm here for you through it all. If you're gonna decide to build your lives together, you gotta be solid. We know what happens when you try to build a life with someone and they're not solid. It ends up being like a generational issue, because then their kids are like fucking unsure of anything because they were either deprived of love growing up because their parents were too consumed in their own issues that should never have been an issue from the beginning. Now that kid has certain issues, anxiety, low self-esteem, and it plays into their school life, and then it continues, and only very few lucky kids are able to outgrow that and learn from it because it's an extremely hard thing. And so the cycle kind of continues until someone strong enough in the bloodline can stop it, and it starts off with relationships. So another thing about relationships, I'm Indian, so for us in our culture, the union of a guy and a girl is kind of a huge part of our culture. There is so much money spent on marriages, so many traditions, old traditions surrounding marriages. So that obviously puts a pressure on guys, and especially girls, to have this be perfect. What is perfect? The word perfect to me doesn't make any sense because it doesn't mean the same thing for everyone. So I guess you need to define what your perfect is. And also, are your standards too high? Some sometimes when you're looking for a guy or a girl, you have so many things that you expect this person to do. The matter of the fact is that we're all humans, and it comes from a place of being scared that you're gonna end up having maybe a type of relationship you saw growing up. I think before even getting into a relationship, a lot of people should do therapy. I'm not gonna say fix yourself because I don't think anything is broken. I think that you should learn more about yourself before like even ever trying to get into a relationship. That's where a lot of the issues come from. At the very core of it is everyone is extremely confused, so you're looking for external validation from your significant other, and that can become annoying, and that can also become something to burden the relationship because you constantly need this to be said to you. This has happened in everyone's relationship in some way, shape, or form. Once you love yourself, and I know that sounds cheesy, but once you genuinely start to like who you are because you've faced all the things about yourself that you hate and you've worked through it, and now you're like accepting everything and now you love yourself, when that happens, you become a much different person, and relationships become easier for you because you are now not going to be so uptight and unsure and have chaotic energy in your relationships. Now you're going to approach a new person always with an open mind, and you're going to know this isn't really good for me because I know this about myself, or this is good for me, I know this, and it's not going to be coming from a chaotic, desperate energy standpoint. Going back to my point about the pressure of marriage and stuff like that, guys, believe me, when you start working on yourself, like when you actually sit down and really like face the stuff about yourself you hate, when you do that, the universe does things for you that is like magic, and like miracles start happening, and every area of your life just kind of gets better. And it starts off with you going inside. I'm not just saying this for no reason. It's gotten through my head, and I'm noticing how amazing it is to just be able to like live my life on a much higher frequency and vibration through like meditation and therapy. It plays a huge part in relationships. This is gonna sound a little bit sad, but if you don't love yourself, you're gonna try to change yourself so that someone else loves you, but you don't even love yourself. And because you don't love yourself, you're morphing the real person who you are, and you're trying to adjust yourself for other people. If they do end up falling in love with you, then you're stuck because you're stuck in that character mode that you developed. If you were to just work on yourself, take a couple years or however long it takes to work on yourself and be gentle with yourself and take time, and you will understand this. Right now, maybe not. Maybe you're like, the fuck is she saying? Trust me, just start working on yourself, spend a little bit of time, and trust the thing that put us all on this planet that we clearly have no trust in, even though our internal organs and everything are working because of that thing. Trust it, okay? Just trust the universe. That was me blurting things out at you about relationships. And I hope me lecturing the fuck out of you guys helped you. Thanks guys for watching this video. I will see you guys next time.